Good morning. I'm a big energy drink partaker. I'll probably do a video about that at some point. I think the technical term for the time of day it is, right, is but crack of dawn. So we're going to Ohio in a couple of days to visit family and touch base. And I'm very routine oriented. I want to build my life in such a way that will help me lock down a lot of variables and I'm trying to be very optimized. And traveling through different state and days of flying and living with other people throw off your optimization. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do for exercise while I'm there. I won't have access to weights as far as I know. And I won't have time to go out to gyms. And also it's kind of rude to travel to see your family and then peace off to see a gym. I might do it like one time in the middle just to for a psychological advantage. But I might try running, which we'd have to see how my knees would do, but I don't know. I'll keep you updated. Chris Williamson would call me an anxious overachiever and would give me advice like, you don't have to dominate your day flawlessly in order to not feel like you failed for the day. And you don't have to drive yourself so hard. But I feel like I have not accomplished really anything. At least compared to what I want to accomplish. And the question is, will I still feel like that in 10 years? Today I feel like a goober because I did not crush yesterday, and so it's led me into today feeling like I suck. And I wish I could have more grace with myself about things like that. But now that I actually say it out loud, I realize that today has not sucked. Today is objectively good. But yesterday I borrowed today's happiness and took it yesterday. And was gluttonous and lazy. And I drank alcohol, which I always regret the next day. There's a reason people say it's borrowing tomorrow's happiness. So I can be easier on myself about today. I think you just saw a popcorn kernel in my mouth. I can go easy on myself about today because yesterday is the issue. It makes me think about momentum and how it is one of the most powerful forces on earth. This is my backyard and it looks awful, but it used to look worse. This retaining wall, it took me 2 months to do the first 50% of it. And then I had a friend come over and we did the last 50% and cleaned my whole yard in 6 hours. Because with 2 of us there was just so much momentum that happened, and it makes me think one good day after another compounds. And that momentum is such a powerful thing. And, I build up that momentum. I have 6 or 7 really solid days where I just crush it. And then I think, man, I've earned a day off. And I almost always end up regretting it. Because the good days in a row get boring. And I think about an anecdote I heard that basically said the highest performing athletes in the world are the ones who are willing to do boring stuff for the longest. Running drills or mobility work or whatever. Excellence, I'm looking at the excellence thing on my wall. Part of excellence is the ability to do the right thing. Part of excellence is the ability to do the right boring thing over and over and over again. Dramatic open. Hey, don't get it twisted. This is junk food. Use in moderation. Me. It has good macros. This is not food. This is chemicals made to taste like food. It's protein junk food. I really appreciate earnestness, and I hope it becomes more in vogue to be earnest. Like, unashamedly into something, even if the thing is not cool or is very niche. I don't go on TikTok that much anymore, but there used to be this one British guy who was really into trains, and he just loved trains. And his videos were very popular because he was like, people would, I think, kind of make fun of him a little bit, but people, I think, resonated with how he just had the mentality of, I love this thing and I'm going to share how I love it with everybody, and I'm not too worried about how it comes across. I don't know if this guy really knew how it was coming across, but whatever. But the point is, I'm pretty distanced from any sort of short form media at this point. I don't really go on any sort of reels or X or TikTok. I post on TikTok, but I don't go on there to watch stuff. But I remember a lot of things being inside jokes, and things are cloaked in irony and references and self-depreciation and a lot of layers to things. And I really appreciate when somebody almost says, like, this is one layer, like, I'm passionate about this thing. What is on the surface is what you get. I think about two bands I really love, Bill Murray and Beartooth, both of whom you should listen to. But Bill Murray has kind of a media presence that is like, he makes good music, and he also just like shit posts all the time and memes, and there's like does stuff ironically, and he has insane song titles for very serious songs. And I compare that to Beartooth, whose new album, who The Surface, is a very earnest album. It's like, this is exactly what I'm into. I am into positivity. I'm going to be empowering. I like muscled my way into a better place, and I'm going to encourage you to do the same thing. And it's very earnest. It's very hard on your sleeve, and I think people are resonating with that. One of the reasons why that album has done that well is because he says, like, this is not what's typically done in metal. I don't care. Or whatever it's called, metalcore. But this is not what I've typically done. This is a little bit of a stylistic and a big topical shift for me and for the band. I don't care. Like, this is what I believe in. This is what I'm passionate about, and I'm going to send it in this direction. I love that. And I hope that and there might be already, I don't know, like I said, I'm not that online, I hope that there's a big movement towards earnestness in who people let themselves be.